Hello, it is Saturday, December 10th, 2011 at 18 minutes past midnight Central Standard Time. I want to show you some interesting things that are showing on radar in connection with the snake clouds. We have them again this evening. They're not as extreme as they were last night or the night before, but they're still coming through. What I want you to notice is, I'm going to zoom here so you can see it better. There's a strange cloud that's coming through. This is Fort Rucker right here. Let me slow it down a little bit. This cloud right here coming through, and then there's a flash and a beam. See, there's a beam that comes out. And let's go slower. Start back at the beginning here. See this cloud moving through right here? And there's a beam coming out from up here. Right there, you can see it. That's at 3:38 UTC, December 10th, 2011. And then there's another, this is a stronger beam coming out at 3:55. And then there's something that shows up here, going back right after the beam. There's the beam, and then this shows up here. And then a beam comes out of Fort Rucker towards Mobile, Alabama. Someone finally straightened me out on how to pronounce that. Praise the Lord. So, and then there's another beam coming out. See, it's staying quite a while. Let's go back. It first shows up at 5:06. It's not that intense right there. Still on, still on. Intensifies at 5:17. 5:20, it's still there. 5:24. And then it shuts off at 5:27. I'm going to show you the going to the next rod site for Fort Rucker. What I want you to notice is that right down here you can see what mode this is in. Thanks to Rose and the Pines for straightening me out on that. It changes from precipitation to clear mode down here, the PR and the CL. Let's go slower. So right now we're in precipitation mode, and here's a beam coming out. That's at 2:55. And then here's our snake cloud. And you notice we're not seeing the one that was going right over the radar. It's not. We're at 3:12. I'll go back and show you that cloud's there, but it's not showing up on this radar for some reason. And now it switches into clear mode. See the CL down here? And this goes into the upper limits of the scale, because the scale has also changed. It's gone from 70 and dropped to 24. So it's hitting the top of the scale. You can see the white there. But right after it switches mode, this starts to dissipate. See that? It's not moving off, because see, it's not going off. It's just disappearing. And then this is where that beam comes out to Mobile. Although it didn't stay near as long. It's only showing at 4:45 for some reason. Oh, there it is again at 5:05, 5:14. I'll go ahead and let this run through slower. See, it just dissipates once it switches mode. And that's supposed to do nothing other than switch the sensitivity, but it shouldn't make the cloud disappear. But it does, clearly. So going back to this one, I'll show you that. Let's get it where I can push the buttons. That was at just shortly after 3. See, this is at 3:17 that this cloud, it's right over Fort Rucker, right there. And then also that bright little flected never showed up on the other one either. So I'm not sure what this is, but it's not showing up on the other radar for some reason. And then while I'm here, I'll just show you, this was earlier in the evening. The loop going from 0029 on December 10th through 0313 on December 10th. Now go ahead and just let it play through. And there's these blue blotches that are the outside of the rings. Like this one looks like it's the outside of the ring for Eglin. And this looks like it's the outside of the ring for Mobile. Here's that cloud's, yeah, that cloud's approaching. This is that cloud that goes over that doesn't show up on radar. It's clearly showing here. Let me zoom in. See, it's almost the shape of a snake cloud because it's stringy. Well, it forms into a string. Then also let me show you what the visible satellite looked like earlier, because it's got those metallic looking clouds like we saw in California where that beam was coming out in the last video I did. Let's see, let's leave a time, start time. Let's give them so I can touch the buttons easier. So starting at 14:10 UTC on December 9th. And you can see this weird, the way the clouds go. I'm going to zoom, let me play it through first and I'll zoom in. Let's go forward. See how it moves in and it just kind of disappears into, it's like these two are canceling each other. And this stays fairly stationary down here. Here's some, you got chemtrailing going on, you got crisscross clouds, and then this kind of goes into a snail shape of some sort. Very strange. Let me zoom in here. So you can see the chemtrails. And here's that funny, I mean, I thought it was the water for a while. See, it doesn't really move. And then it does. Once the chemtrailing comes over, it starts moving. See that? One more time. And then this is where Eglin is, right in here, Eglin Air Force Base. And so those snake clouds are originating right in this area here. And then there's the chemtrails again. Clearly chemtrails. And I think I had one other thing that I had saved. And this just shows an overview. I wasn't able to get close-in loops of this. It starts at December 9th at 22:14 and goes through 0057. And you can see those blobs starting to see it's outside of this ring. Let me zoom in. See, here's the outside of the ring around Eglin, and the outside of the ring around Mobile, and they kind of intermingle. So anyway, that's what I've got for the snake clouds. God bless you. Have a good rest of the night.